everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a home workout for you guys for beginners. It's very high requested on my Instagram, so I had to go ahead and drop this for you guys. So I'm just going to start off with some stretching. I do believe that stretching is a very important part of the day. I like to do it as soon as I wake up because it just makes my day go by so much faster and I feel less stress all throughout my back. So just remember when you're stretching to take really deep breaths and you'll feel that stretching through your whole body. Okay, so we're going to jump right into the first exercise movement. And bear with me because I really don't know what they're called, but I'm going to call these like leg lifts in the air. And then you just want to use your core to extend your lower body up into the air. And you do want to be very focused when you're doing this. Don't try to rush through it. Take your time. And make sure that you're squeezing your abs tight while you do this. And you're going to see the best results when you do that. And so we're going to do about 30 of these, and then we'll jump right into the next one. Okay, so jumping right into the next exercise movement. This is a crunch. I don't know, again, what the proper exercise movement is called, but I just call it a crunch because that's basically what it is. It's hitting your lower abs And I know a lot of women do have, a problem there. So I like to really try to target this because that is one of my biggest problem areas. And I find that no matter what I do, it does take a little bit longer to go away versus my upper abs. And again, we're going to do 30 of these, and you're going to want to take your time. Take your time and do it, and just breathe. And it will eventually start to feel very therapeutic. I can promise you this. So again, 30 of these, and then we'll jump into the next one. Okay, so make sure you take a little bit of a breather and then jump into the heel touch. I do know the name of that one. So this is the heel touch. This does target your love handles, your side abs, however you like to call it. And I like to do as much as possible, but I just did 30 for these today just because this is a beginner one. So yeah, I did 30 of them. Again, squeeze your abs on the side and the middle of your core while you're doing these for best results. Okay, jumping right in, we're going to go in and do some sit-ups with, I believe that is an 8-pound kettlebell that I have. And again, I'm going to do about 30 of these. You can do more if you like. And make sure you're squeezing your core as tight as possible. You guys, I know it's easy to forget when you're first beginning to work out, but I promise you that is how you're going to see the fastest results is by squeezing your core, breathing, and taking your time. I know you want to get done because you're tired, but beauty is pain, honey. Beauty is pain. Again, hit 30 of these, and then we'll jump right into the next one. I literally can't stop dancing. Okay, so going to the next one, we're gonna do the Russian twist. So you can either do this without a kettlebell, or if you have another weight you want to use, you can do that. I'm gonna do 30 of these. And for all these exercises, if you don't have weights, it's totally fine. I built so much muscle off of just using my own body weight, especially for beginners. I am used to going to the gym, so that's why I like to use weight just to keep the gains that I've gained. So yeah, 30 of those, and don't mind me. So next we're gonna jump into I honestly have no idea. I have no idea what this is called. So I just like to take a weight and just pull down and flex as I'm coming up. And I like to do 30 on both sides. And you'll see me keep touching the sides of my stomach or my love handles, because I feel that when I touch the spot that I'm trying to target, I actually and focusing on that. It's a mind to muscle connection, and it takes a lot to master that. But like I said, if you're making sure you're going slow and you're breathing and you're actually kind of thinking about what you're doing, you'll master that mind to muscle connection. But you don't want to overthink it too much, because this is supposed to be a stress reliever. You don't ever want to be stressed out while you're working out. So just take the time to remember that mind to muscle connection. And remember, if you kind of touch the spot that you're trying to target, I feel like, it will target it a lot better. Okay, jumping right into the kettlebell swing. You guys, please forgive me. I am horrible. I do not know the name of this workout again, but I do know that it works out your core, and I do know that it works it out very well. So I like to go down, and when I'm bringing it up, I don't like to extend my arms over my head. I like to bring them right out and pull it right back down, so you have a lot of control over it and you're really focusing on your core. Don't mind my dancing again, but I didn't do very many of those just because it's not very heavy. So next I'm gonna go into, I have these 2-pound dumbbells, I guess they are, and I'm kind of just gonna work on my back a little bit. I'm gonna do about 30 of these. When you're doing these, make sure that you have a very still stance. I was too into the music, so I was like bouncing while I was working out, but you actually want to be pretty still so that you can actually feel the muscles tightening through your back, because this is gonna hit like your upper back, I think, between your shoulder blades. So don't bounce like I'm doing. Stay very still. Okay, so next we're gonna jump into the flutter kicks. I do know the name of that one, and this is gonna target your lower abdominal area, and you're gonna want to be very stiff in the lower part of your body, and you want your feet and legs to be about 1 inch off of the ground, and you're gonna want to kick as fast as you can. And you're gonna jump right into like a crunch. And then I like to do like a little combo set where I'm kind of doing it a slow squeeze, and then I'll go into like a faster one to kind of burn it out a little bit more. And again, you can do 2 sets of these or 3 sets of these, or however many you like. I only did 2 sets of like 10 or so. And then next I'm gonna jump into a plank, and I kind of play around with planks because it's really about just tightening your core. So I like to go forward, and then I like to bring it up. I'm sorry. And then I like to bring it back down, and I just feel like it's tightening my core at the same time. It's building up that muscle that I really, really need in my lower abdominal area. Okay, so right away we're gonna jump into the mountain climber. You want to go as fast as you can and then do as many as you can. I have the weights on my ankles, so I was doing them a little bit slower so that I can really focus on my core. But if you don't have any weights on your ankles, I suggest doing them as fast as you can, because you see they killed me and I didn't even really do that much. Those really kill me. I don't know why, but they do. And so I appreciate it. So again, make sure that you are tightening your core really tight while you guys do these, and do it as fast as you can. So after that, you guys want to do your butt bridge. You guys, when I tell you this is probably one of my favorite exercises, I feel like this is what has really gotten my glutes where they are. And I know it's not a lot. But it's more than I've ever had in my life, and I'm proud. I'm proud of my little tiny glutes. But no, for real, this is gonna help your lower back area and your glutes. And you don't have to use a weight. You can do this with your own body weight, but again, using weight just builds muscle. And obviously, if you're working on your glutes, which is your buttocks, if you don't know, you're gonna want to use some weight to tear that muscle so that it could grow back. And as you tear that muscle, you're gonna want to feed it with protein. But we'll get into that. That's a whole nother topic. I usually like to use a really, really heavy weight. So although this is for beginners, I'm using this small weight. When I'm working out just on my own, I like to do a case of water, and that is heavy. So take your time, go slow, and squeeze those buttocks when you do that. Jumping right onto our next set is going to be, I guess it would be considered a back extension, but you're not really laying on anything and coming up. So when you do these, I like to have my feet spread pretty far apart, and I like to have my knees bent a little bit. You never want to lock your knees. As you go down, you want to hold your stomach in, and when you come up, hold your stomach in, hold your glutes very tight, and push forward. Go down, squeeze, push forward. Hold down, squeeze, and push forward. You want to squeeze your core and your glutes at the same time. Next, I'm going to go in with some side lunges. This helps target your hip dips. I have hip dips and I hate them. So I try to do as much as like hip adductors or hip workouts as much as possible. So I'm just going to go back and forth a couple times with my resistance band and my kettlebell. And I would recommend using a resistance band when you're doing your glutes, because it just helps you not overextend in any areas that don't need to be, because you want to keep your body as tight as possible. Next, I'm going to go into some squats. Excuse me. I'm going to go right into some squats with the kettlebell. Make sure that you're not extending your knees over your toes. You want to squeeze your buttocks when you're going down and when you're coming up. And then jump right back into the side lunges. And again, make sure that you're squeezing when you do this and you're holding your core tight. I'm going to start going kind of in a circle just because I want to get it really round. I want to get everywhere that, may possibly need that muscle, because there's so many different muscles in your butt that it's hard to just do one exercise and, target all the different muscles. You have to kind of play around with it. So next I'm going to go into a leg extension. I think it's called a leg extension. You just want to go down very slow. You don't want to extend your back leg any higher than your back. And then you want to focus on the leg that's down on the ground. When you're coming up, you want to squeeze it as tight as possible. And this one, it's kind of a little bit harder for beginners because you have to have a little bit more balance. But if you take your time, I'm sure you guys can do it. I'm going to do about 15 on each side. Okay, so next I'm gonna go down into a lunge, and I'm gonna kick my back leg up, and I'm gonna make sure that the knee that I'm pushing off of is not gonna go over my toes. And again, this does require a little bit more balance, so just take your time. I was kind of rushing through it towards the end, and don't be like me. Don't rush through it. Push through it, but take your time. So you see the second one, I kind of just took a second to gain my balance before I started doing it, and that's okay to just take a second and position yourself, because it's all about your stance. You're going to want to make sure that you're pushing off of your heel from the leg that's placed on the ground. Push off your heel, because your heel is where it's going to target your glutes more. You guys, I'm dying here, and I know you probably are too, but we got it. So next we're going to go into some hip adductors. I like to take my ankle weights, and I believe these are 4 pounds, and I just put them on the side of my thighs like so, and then I just start doing my hip adductors. And I'm putting weights on there because, again, I'm trying to build muscle, and so that's what the weights are for. I'm gonna do about 50 of these. I like to go slow at first and really concentrate on that mind to muscle connection. And like I said, I'm putting my hands in the area where I'm trying to target, and then towards the end I'll start to go a little bit faster, and then I'll slow back down again. And I feel like that's when I get the best results. I can really feel it stretching, and I really feel it tearing, and that's what you want to do, is tear those muscles so that you can get your gains. It's all about the gains. And you guys, make sure that you guys get a good protein meal or drink in after your workouts. Like, it's the best time, because your muscles are ripped open and you want to feed them with that protein. That protein is what's going to build it up for you. So I did do a couple different versions. I did one where I was just, you saw, on my legs on the floor doing it. You can take a chair, and you can sit down on a chair and do it that way if you feel like you don't have really good balance. Either way is fine. If you do sit on the chair, make sure you're sitting on the edge of the chair so that you're getting the maximum results. So jumping right into the side leg lifts, again, I kept on my resistance band and my weights, and I'm gonna do about 10 to 15 on each side, and I'm gonna squeeze my glutes when I open my legs. Squeeze them really tight. And then, you're technically supposed to hold it open for just a little bit. But like I said, I was getting so tired because I had already went on my run that morning. But yeah, so I'm going to do about 10 to 15 on each side. Make sure you squeeze your glutes really tight when you're doing that, okay? Okay, so I know you guys are probably tired, but we're almost there. We're going to do some more butt bridges, but we're going to do some hip adductors as we go up. And when you go up, squeeze. When you you go up and when you are opening your legs, squeeze your glutes as tight as possible. Use your resistance bands, use your weights, and do about 20, as much as you can. And when you're going up, make sure you're pushing off your heels again. You see I have my toes kind of lifted off of the ground. I'm really focusing on driving up through the heels. Next, I'm gonna do some, I don't know what it's called, but go ahead and peep that out. And when I go up, I'm squeezing my glutes again with that leg that I'm pushing off of. I'm pushing off of my heel, and I'm gonna do each side about 15 times, and I'm holding my kettlebell. If you want to take it up a notch, when you go up, put your hands up with the kettlebell and then bring them down when you step down, so you can also target your core. And you guys, I really hope you guys liked this beginner's home workout. It's my first time doing a recording, and I know I didn't know all of the names to the workout, but I'll learn them for next time. If you guys want to see me do another one where it's a little bit more intense, I can do that for you guys. If this is a little bit too hard for you guys, then maybe don't do so many reps of them. Maybe just start off with maybe doing 10 or 15. You don't have to do the whole 30. Just kind of build your stamina up. Guys, we made it to the end. Oh my gosh. So, okay, last exercise. We got this. We're gonna do some leg kickbacks. And I just turned my chair around. I have my resistance band. I put my ankle weights back onto my ankles, and I am kicking back. And when I kick back, I'm squeezing my glutes, squeezing really, really tight. And I'm holding my core in, and I'm squeezing that really tight as well. I'm going to do about 15 to 20 on each side. When you do these, you guys, make sure you take your time. You're going to really feel it. And also, I suggest getting some cloth resistance bands, because these rubber ones, oh my god, they turn and they twist and they roll, and they're so annoying. They're so annoying. So look on Amazon for some cloth ones. I know so many people sell them. But you guys, I really hope that you like this beginner home workout. I know I didn't know all of the names to the exercises, so I'm going to do a little bit of research, so next time I can really come with it and I can tell you guys the exact movement that you guys should be doing. And, you know, let me know if you guys would like to see a more intense one. And if this one is a little bit too intense for you, you don't feel like it's really a beginner one, I would suggest doing lower reps, like starting off with 10 to 15 instead of the whole 30, so that you guys can get your stamina up. You guys enjoy, and thanks for watching. Remember, we're never ugly. Sometimes we just have off days.